Well, earlier I spoke to Wahid Monawar. He's a former Afghan governor and former chief of staff at the Afghan Foreign Ministry. I asked him whether the dispute over the Taliban office showed the Afghan government had little control over the peace process.
It seems that they have a certain control. They have removed the name, the Taliban's name, office name, and they have lowered the flag. They have suspended the bilateral agreement, negotiating the bilateral agreement with the U.S. That's an important agreement. So they can influence to a certain degree, but as far as having the overall say, so far it remains to be seen.
Well, how do you see the process going forward again then? I mean, do you think the Taliban would want to be in a negotiation process that was led by the Afghan government?
They have, because the U.S. has their prisoners. The Afghan government cannot release the prisoners that are in Guantanamo Bay. The prisoners are with the U.S. So as far as I know, the discussion has been on the exchange of prisoners. And that will lead to other negotiating, whether they're going to bring the High Peace Council from Kabul, under Afghan to Afghan discussion. No one need to be labeled.
So again,
as
if I could ask you then, if the Americans hold the prisoners and some of the cards, what incentive is there for the Taliban to be in a process which is led by the Afghan government rather than the US?
Well, there are a few components. The Taliban also know that they will not be able to defeat the U.S. and the NATO allies and the Afghan government militarily. The Afghan government now has a strong national army, which are leading the fight to the Taliban, and there's interest from different parties that there's a need for the peace to come to the region.
What about the role of Pakistan? What role do you see them having in this process, and will that continue to be a point of tension?
Pakistan has a great role. Without the green light of Pakistan, the Taliban would have not been able to open up this office. But Pakistan has a new government. They need to show not for their own security, because as I see, the Tariq of Taliban, which is the Pakistani Taliban, has created a lot of problem for the Pakistan establishment in Islamabad. They don't want to have a government in Kabul that will be also sympathizing to TTP in Pakistan. That will create a lot of problems. So they will benefit if the Taliban will seek a political solution in Afghanistan. Whether they are genuine about that is remain to be seen. The government, the civilian government, doesn't not have that much influence on Pakistan military, but Pakistan military should know that this is the way to move forward is to have a political solution. Otherwise, they will have a lot of difficulties with the Pakistani Taliban, as they do right now.